Are you at all concerned that, Kobe had a subpar night for Kobe? Pierce didn't really get going either. Garnett didn't really get going either. And yet they were still able to figure out a way to win the game here.
Yeah, well, a lot of that is by default in terms of the fouls and situations that a lot of guys are in. And so, it's tough for guys to find rhythm. Lamar Odom hasn't had the opportunity to play in the first half in either game. He's picked up 3 quick fouls, I think, both times. So, those are things that are happening to both teams. And, we got the best of it game 1. They got the best of it tonight. And, Tuesday night will be a lot of fun.
Derek, we talked about it a couple hundred times before. Perfect example about one game to the next doesn't really mean a whole lot, does it?
No.
Especially in the finals, right?
I mean, the 7-game series in the finals, I think you're not being very smart to think that you know how things are going to happen, or, how the series is going to go. 2 of the best teams in the game, capable of winning, in any place, on any court. You just have to go out there and play the game, and they did a better job of it tonight. And obviously, we'll want to respond and give ourselves a chance to win on Tuesday night.
Derek, you mentioned out of character. You guys go 1 for 9 down the stretch, 3 turnovers down the stretch. How out of character is that for you guys to not be able to execute in such, crucial, clutch type of situations? You guys usually thrive.
Yeah, I mean, 3 of them were just kind of. Kobe had to get a couple up. Ron had to throw one up. So, still even out of that, I guess you could say 1 out of 6 were, real possessions. And so then out of those 3, being turnovers, it's just not, who we are. We're capable of doing better than that. But I think, it was taking place all game. I don't think it was something that we were executing great for 45 minutes, and then for 3 minutes the execution broke down. I just don't think we did a very good job the entire game of consistently executing the way we need to offensively.
Darren, we've seen 3 consecutive series now, Darren Williams, Steve Nash, and now Rondo. How is he kind of rising in the conversation of best point guard in the league, triple-double performance in the NBA Finals tonight, obviously?
I mean, he's a very good player. He's on a very good team. His skill sets fit what they need. And he has a lot of opportunity to do what he's doing out there. They've put a lot of confidence in him. He has a lot of confidence, and he's playing well. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about that
what's
right
your
now.
take on the 2-3-2 format? You guys have been in this position before and won, and been in this position before and haven't. What's the difficulties, and how does the series change now?
I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. It's been this way for 25 years now. So, you just have to go out and play them. I don't think there's anything that, dramatically changes, just because it's 2-3-2 in the finals, which is obviously different from first round through conference finals. But, you get to this point, both teams are capable of winning anywhere. Should be able to, at least, if you want to be the best.
Yeah.
And, it's just a part of the process. You have to go through it.
You talked about Lamar having that trouble in the first half with fouls, and in general, he's had these issues.
This is my last one.
For you guys, how much does it limit what you can do when he's not out on the court? How much harder does that make it for you?
Well, it puts a lot of strain on Powell and Andrew, in terms of minutes played, in terms of their ability to be aggressive out there. If Lamar's out with fouls and then Powell or Andrew have 1 foul, they're reluctant to pick up a second foul too quickly. So it impacts their ability to be aggressive in there and maybe battle and, do some things. And, Lamar's extremely important to what we do. And, his ability to rebound the basketball and make plays for himself and other people, out of that, those are key. So, even with the fouls, I think, we as a team, still need to do a better job of, make sure we're executing in a way that when guys are out there on the floor, Lamar included, he has some opportunities to be involved in the game. And, tonight we didn't execute in a way that allowed him to have an impact on the game, even when he was in there.